Hey everyone, and welcome back to another installment in our Yelp 101 series. For those that don't know me, I'm Trevor, owner of 10 Cow Media, a former Yelp sales rep of 10 years, and now a certified agency partner. And we're here to help local and small businesses with their digital presence and marketing. Now, today, we're going to be discussing a real gold mine at Yelp for many industries that's most commonly known as the request a quote feature. Now, unfortunately, we often see that this is underused or grossly neglected by businesses, and that's actually costing them, especially in many industries like home and professional services, tens of thousands of dollars in lost revenue every single month. So let's get to it. Consumers are coming to Yelp every day for the most reliable info on businesses that they are looking to spend with. 83% on average are making a purchase with a business that they found on Yelp. And while an appetizing picture of pizza and a glowing review might be all they need to choose their favorite new lunch spot, for other more complex jobs or services, consumers sometimes call around to get more info and often don't provide that much detail in their initial outreach, which can rightfully make it hard for businesses to accurately respond while also trying to secure that job. Let's take a moving company, for example. A consumer looking for a price quote may think to mention that they have a one bedroom apartment and that their move date is, next month, for example. But for the moving company, however, there's a number of other questions that they need to have answered in order to help provide a more accurate quote. Things like how far are you moving? Do you have extra heavy and fragile furniture items? What floor are you on if it's in an apartment? Are there elevators? Are we going to have to do stairs? Do you need packing services as well? It's getting these questions answered ahead of time where Yelp's request to quote feature comes in handy. After clicking the request to quote button or whatever the phrasing is, these consumers are prompted to fill out industry specific questions. Now, it may not always be as detailed as you want, but this does allow the business to receive more info, which hopefully allows them to properly respond to the request. Now, to give you a bit of background on the request a quote feature, it actually didn't technically exist at all when I first started. Now, long ago, there just used to be a small line on all business pages where if a consumer had any sort of question, they could click to message the business and shoot something over and hopefully hear back. Problem was, and we saw this quite often, many business owners didn't know this existed at all. For home services, users didn't even know this existed often. And for those that sent messages, because of a lot of these things and issues, there were some messages that went unanswered for 3, 4 years that the business owner didn't even know was sitting there waiting for them. And as you can imagine, with the rise of Angie's List and Home Advisor and that slow siphoning off of Yelp users for home service projects, the company decided to take action. And in 2016, they officially launched a revamped system now known as Request a Quote that owners could opt into or opt out of and allow them another form of communication between them and consumers other than the website button and the call feature that exists for everybody. As you can imagine, for many industries, this feature immediately became super popular on the site and eventually was garnering more daily requests than Angie's List and Home Advisor combined, something which many actually attribute the eventual merger of those companies too. Now, since its launch, the feature has gone through several iterations and currently provides much more detailed requests than ever before, with more product updates being worked on to help increase those matching systems and boost conversion. Let's talk about how this works. Once a user begins their search, let's say for a plumber in Cherry Creek in Denver, Colorado, they're going to go ahead and get a list of search results. Now, some of these search results are going to show a get pricing and availability button and feature that user's response time. As you can see here, we got one with 30 minutes right there, and then a one with 50 minutes down here, another one with 10 minutes, which is the lowest response time. Now, these are telling you on average how many days, hours, minutes it takes that business to respond. Now, while this call to action is specific to home service businesses, it does change based on business category. For example, if you're a real estate agent, the call to action would actually be something like contact agent. So once the consumers initiate the request, they're presented with a series of specific industry questions about the job or service. So let's go ahead and go through this example with somebody that's having a plumbing issue and let's say they want their water heater repaired. So it's going to ask them what's wrong with the water heater. Leaking, water's too cold. Let's go ahead and do that. Is this an emergency? Yeah, let's go ahead and say yes, it is. What type do we currently have? We actually have a tankless here, and it is currently electric powered. It also gives the user ability to add extra detail in there based off of those questions, and then ask them how soon they need this service. Soon as possible, flexible, or they can even pick between certain dates where they want service. And then finally, it asks them their zip code. By having these questions answered at the beginning of the process, you'll receive the most important details about the request so that you can respond efficiently and appropriately, whether that's providing a quote right away with an available appointment time or setting up a call or a consultation to talk about it. Once submitted, you'll find these requests in your Yelp for Business Owners inbox, which is up in the corner in the top right. Once you go ahead and click into there, you'll be able to view and respond to your messages. Now, if enabled, you'll also receive an email notifying you that you have a message. Or for those with the Yelp Business app, they can also set up mobile notifications in order to receive an alert when you have a new message. That way you can click on that notification or email and go directly to the message in your inbox where you can respond. This message is going to contain all of the information provided by the consumer that you saw we were going through before. So that way you can again prepare an informed response and initiate the next step, like providing a price estimate, sharing a project proposal, asking follow-up questions, or scheduling the service. Now, whether consumers are too shy or busy to jump on a phone call or they prefer a paper trail, many rely on being able to directly message businesses. This feature also allows you to build one-on-one consumer trust digitally. This functionality is free to set up and encouraged, and it allows you the opportunity to win over a lead that has taken the first step to initiate a conversation with you. Just note that when a potential customer does send these direct requests from your Yelp page, they are also asked if they'd like to send the same request to other related businesses. This allows the consumers to receive responses from multiple businesses as they weigh their options. Do you want more request to quote leads? At 10 Cow Media, we specialize in optimizing your Yelp profile, boosting visibility, and turning inquiries into real revenue. Let us help you stand out and maximize your return with special tools to lower response time and increase conversion, along with exclusive reporting features via our partner program. Don't miss out on this opportunity to capture locals at the moment of need. Schedule a free consultation with us today.